What's up, guys? Today we will be unboxing and checking out the Samsung Galaxy S26 Plus. So this one came like pretty early. I pre-ordered them. They were supposed to come on the 11th or like Monday, but this one like randomly came today, which is pretty cool. So be sure to let me know what comparisons you guys want to see with the S26 Plus. I plan on doing, try to do all you guys' requests for S26, all of the S26 phones, not just the Plus. But let's go ahead and check this one out here, and this is going to be their, I guess, kind of purple color, and I have to see what it's called. It's like a violent, almost kind of like, it's purple, but it kind of looks almost kind of bluish too, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. Peel. Boom. All right, so I'm kind of like the new camera design. So it's basically got, like I was saying, similar to the A56 here. It has like a kind of ring around it, and now the cameras are a lot smaller. The rings are a lot smaller. So yeah, I think it looks really good. It looks a lot more premium than what Samsung was doing with the S25 series for sure here. And yeah, as far as the build quality, again, really hasn't changed that much compared to S25 Ultra here for the most part. Again, we do have the glass and metal design, of course, aluminum frame, IP68, dust and water resistant. And again, really not too much has changed with the S26 Plus here, but they made some kind of minor changes that we'll talk about. And does this even have any battery? And of course, we get our SIM ejection tool, some paperwork, and our Type-C to Type-C cable. It's got some battery. And also, we're at 190 grams, so it's not super heavy. Definitely lighter than, the Ultra model for sure. But yeah, let's go ahead and boot this up and just kind of run through it. All right, so let's talk about this panel here. It's a beautiful screen. Like I said, Samsung has always been making really good displays. And this one is really no different. It pretty much looks exactly like the S25 Plus and 24 Plus. Honestly, it's the dynamic LTPO AMOLED display, and it's 120 hertz. And then we also HDR10 Plus. They haven't really, messed with the display specs at all. 2600 nits peak brightness, 6.7 inches. And yeah, it looks great. 90.7% screen to body ratio with a 1440p resolution. So I would say, again, the display really has not changed. Pretty good color feedback. Like I said, if you want that more punchier color, you can turn up that vividness slider. And yeah, so I would say really no difference at all. Some of the things that I would want to see with the only thing we really want to see with this Plus display is I would like to see a anti-reflection coating. I knew they're probably not going to bring the new privacy screen feature to the Plus model for probably years. But like I said, I do really like the panel here. I would have liked to see at least the anti-glare display would have been nice. But I mean, the screen itself for, watching movies, content, it looks good. It's 1440p. It's crystal clear when you look up close. You have really slim bezels. But again, no actual upgrade with the display, unfortunately. It's and like I said, very bright outdoors. I can still see it like really easily, like today, just going out taking photos. And yeah, overall panel, it looks fine. Now, as far as the software goes, one thing that I have noticed setting the phone up, I have been running into like a lot of like random bugs, like trying to click on stuff. Like signing into Galaxy AI was kind of weird. So I'm sure they'll put a software update to fix that, because I'll click on something and it'll like freeze up literally, and I have to come out the application, swipe it out, and come back into it. I'm sure this is just that early like kind of software bug type of thing, but it is pretty annoying. Now, what's new software wise in this, like I said, the newer phones will be getting more of the AI features, and the older phones like S23 Plus, 22 Plus, they won't be getting like the new features. So this is a way for Samsung to kind of get people to upgrade, I guess. And it depends really on how much you care about AI. The new thing here is Now Nudge in One UI 8.5. This stuff will be coming to the S25 Plus as well, so I wouldn't worry about it. But it gets suggested actions based on what's on your screen to help you get things done quickly. So basically, it'll just recommend you stuff. Basically like suggesting calling someone, remembering tasks and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. You'll see something else, notification highlights, get important information quickly by prioritizing and summarizing. So it'll just organize, notifications for you. And you do get advanced AI editing on here as well too. So that has been improved. So I'll probably do a dedicated video on all of the features with One UI 8. I'm not a big AI person. The most I'll use is like Gemini, or I'll circle the search, erase somebody out of a photo if I need to. But as far as the software, it's pretty similar to what you'll find on S25, S24 Plus, stuff like that. So, and those phones, like I said, should get the update. Now, again, this phone, Android 16 out the box, 7 years of major OS updates. We have the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 model on here. There is the Exynos 2600 model, but in the States here, we don't have access to that. This thing is giving out some crazy scores, as you guys can see in Geekbench 6. And also, if we check out the Wildlife Extreme scores, you guys can see we get these scores. So it's just ridiculously fast. It's getting to the point where a lot of people are trying to do like console quality gaming, GTA 5 emulator. So I'm going to try like some more heavier stuff, because I'm assuming this is what these phones are really geared towards. I know Samsung is really geared towards the AI as well too, and that's kind of where they're gearing towards, like camera computation, AI processing, and stuff like that, and just making sure the phone is going to be still like this fast for a long time. You're not going to have like that slowdown. But yeah, so the performance is crazy on here. We can actually load into Call of Duty here. All right, so one of the things that I noticed about this device, just being outside today and it was hot, taking a lot of videos and photos and stuff like that, this thing didn't even get close to warm, like at all. So that was probably like the most impressive thing about this new chipset. And again, the base model is going to be pretty much the same, 256 gigs and 12 gigs of RAM. But yeah, guys, I was pretty impressed by how it didn't even get close to warm. So I really want to do a more extended speed test, but for right now, guys, it's pretty much the same performance. I think in general for most people, if you have I would say at least S24, 5, and I would probably say S23 as well. But I think the S23 Plus would have gotten a little bit warm though. So I would say gaming performance is going to be, of course, amazing on here, and just performance in general is going to be really good. But I think that's probably be the biggest difference, which again, not a huge deal if you're not a gamer or something like that. Let's check out these speakers. We're at max volume. See if we notice any difference. So the speakers sound really good. I feel like there's a slight improvement on the low notes of the bass. I can hear them a little bit more clearly, but I'm gonna, of course, do some comparison videos, compare the speakers. But I mean, these sound really good, crystal clear, just really good sound. Yeah, it's actually a very good sounding speakers. So I need to hear if they actually got louder, or if that actual low note on the bass. But I feel like the low note on the bass sounds a lot more cleaner. Like I can hear it actually over like some other phones like the S23, S24 Plus. But yeah, so I would say the speakers are really solid on here. We also have a ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, which honestly, it's been the same for a while. They can't really improve it anymore, right? It's just really fast, so I don't have any issues with that. So first impressions of the cameras, I thought the cameras were pretty good. Like I said, went out, took a lot of photos, and I was doing some comparisons with some other phones, and I'll say the photos look good. I do have some kind of concerns about color, and some of the telephoto shots look, I don't know, I'll have to show you guys in the comparisons, but I'm like, it looks good, but I would say it doesn't look dramatically better, like testing it against S24 Plus, because I'm assuming those are the users that's really considering upgrading. S24, S23, 22, I was looking at comparing them to those phones, and yeah, the images look pretty good, but the main thing that I noticed is they've really got the color down with the, I guess, the AI processing that they're doing. That was like the main improvement I noticed, giving you natural colors true to life. It's doing a really good job at that. As far as the camera setup, 50 megapixel standard, 10 megapixel telephoto. We still max out at 30 times zoom. We also do have a 12 megapixel ultra wide, 8K 24 and 30 video with a 12 megapixel selfie that shoots in 4K 60. Also got my skin tone pretty close to accurate as well too, which I was pretty happy with. Video looked great dynamic range, and overall solid quality. I'll kind of go over the things that I was like, that could be improved for sure. But yeah, they haven't changed the cameras on the Plus series in a very long time. They're really depending on like AI image processing and stuff like that to kind of clean up shots and stuff like that. So I'll show you guys where I'm having that issue with, because I did notice it in a few shots. But for right now, beautiful shots. These are shots that you can post online, and they look great. So they have not improved the battery size at all with the S26 Plus. We're still at a 4,900 milliamp hour battery, 45 watt charging. Where we did get the improvement is going to be with your Qi charging. So we have Qi 2.2 now, and it charges at 20 watts now. So it's a little bit quicker. We also have 4.5 watt reverse wireless charging. And yeah, the battery situation should be a little bit better. Be sure to subscribe, guys. I'll be doing a battery drain test with all of the S26 models, and a charging test as well too, since the S26 Ultra got a 60 watts. So I'll show you guys how that compares to the 45 watts. But yeah, guys, first impressions, pretty solid device. I don't have any real complaints with it. I think a lot of people are going to be looking at this from an older Plus model. So I'm talking about S20 Plus, S21 Plus, S22 Plus. This will feel like a pretty decent upgrade, and I'll do those comparisons for you guys. But like S23, 24, 25, it's really looking very similar. But I'll show you guys what I mean in the upcoming video. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.